Hey guys, so today I will be doing a quick video over here telling you why the latest version of Android 4.2 Jelly Bean, while I'm doing this video, why it sucks versus iOS 6. Now, I know I can do a video on also, as you do know, I like Android more than iOS. But I like to try to make videos on both sides because I do know that there's advantages and disadvantages with both these two operating systems. And today I just want to try to talk a little bit quick here about why I still think iOS 6 is better than the latest version of Android 4.2, Jelly Bean. And yes, I still love Android. I love Android. Like my Samsung Galaxy Note 2 is still my main smartphone, and I may even do a video saying why Android is better than iOS. But you probably already do know those reasons already. But I thought it would be more fun to do a video like this now. So the first thing, which I think is kind of weird that Android doesn't have right now, and my number one thing why still iOS 6 is better than Android, is Spotlight Search. Yes, this is a thing that I love so much with iOS. Like when I'm trying to find an app sometimes on my Android smartphone, I find myself many times going to the app drawer and just looking through the apps. While it would just be nice to have like a Spotlight Search that you get in iOS, like only one swipe away, and then you get the keyboard up already, and this is just very quick. It's half a second, and then you can quickly start typing, let's say Facebook. Okay, then you can see I've synced my Facebook account. You can see all people over there. But let's say, okay, stocks. And of course, yeah, if you've synced your Facebook friends, then those will pop up as well. But of course, you can probably disable that. But Spotlight Search is gold. I know that you can, with Android, you can like have a widget, like you have the Google search widget. If you tap on that, and then you can start the typing. But tap is not as nice as is a quick swipe. Okay, so that's the number one reason why iOS 6 kills still. Now I want to continue to the second reason, and that is UI simplicity. Now, some people, sometimes less is better. There's some saying something like that sometimes less is better. Sometimes you just get too much of something, and that's something that Apple understood. I think Steve Jobs was one of the big key guys here behind Apple, and that he understood this, that sometimes you confuse the user if you have too many features. Like, when you're trying to turn off an Android smartphone, you hold in the power button, as you can see I'm doing right now. When you do that on an Android smartphone, you get like a ton of things you can do and pick between. Like you can restart, you can boot into the bootloader, you have volume, audio settings and stuff like that. Sometimes the users want a simple experience like this, and this is something that this is also one of the reasons why Apple has such a large nice fan base, because a lot of these people use iOS, they like the simplicity. As you can see here, I just hold in the power button, you can see a very simple UI. The only thing you can do is power off the device, and as you can see, after a while it gets removed. So it's very natural, and that's something that Apple is very good at in their whole UI. That sometimes you don't get billions of features to do one thing, like taking pictures. When you go into the camera app, you don't have that many, you don't have that many custom tweaks you can do over here. You have one simple tap down here, take a picture, and then you have a few settings, but you don't get billions settings. And Apple saw this, that people don't use all of these settings, so why not optimize the experience and just focus on the things that the majority of people will use most of the time. So the simplicity really is amazing. Now, I want to continue to number 3 here, the third point here why I still think it pawns. The UI Pro look and design. And I do know you can customize the Android experience with custom launchers and things like that, but I think that most of the times the overall experience in terms of the Pro look and feel, it feels like iOS 6 still is very impressive, because they haven't changed iOS that much since the original launch. Like if you go back to 2007, sure, now you can have like wallpapers in the background and things like that, but still the icons and all those things and the UI still looks a lot similar. Okay, so in like 5 years, they still look very, very modern and very, very cool. Both in, you know, here with the, you know, the different apps, but also in the settings area here. I can compare that with my Samsung Galaxy Note 2, which has, like, when you go into settings with TouchWiz, it looks like black and looks like Android 2.3. It looks a little bit old. It doesn't look that much, you know, modern. But here you can see you have nicely curved buttons and everything. And as you do know, Steve Jobs, he loved curves. And as you can see, if you go look around in the nature, you can see that curves is very, very natural, and you know that a lot of nice things has a lot of curves. And if you have read Steve Jobs' biography, you also have read this, that, you know, he liked it, and you can see that he used it a lot. And also you can see that on many icons you get that kind of nice kind of reflection, you know, that makes it look even more pro, and it's nice. It's nice to look at. And up here on my Galaxy Note 2, I used to have a black you know, notification area up here, while on iOS it's a little bit more like transparent feeling. And you know, all the icons and everything here is nicely. If you have an iPhone in my country, also you can see the nice carrier logo up here, and that's something that I don't get on any of my Android smartphones. And I think it feels good. It looks good. Pro look and pro design. Apple is very, very good at this, and it's still nice to look at. Okay, you can't lie about that. Now the fourth thing I want to talk about is voice search. Now, I know that this is a very, very sensitive area, because a lot of people say, well, I don't use this. Well, if you would use voice search, I gotta say that Siri is probably the best one on the market right now. First of all, it's very, very natural to use. It's located on the physical button. You just hold it in for a while. What's up, Siri? And the cool thing with Siri is that it's not just it feels a little bit like you're talking to a person. I know that sounds kind of weird, and I do know that Google Now is coming up right now, but Google Now is still not as, it hasn't been out on the market for that while, and it still feels a little bit more personal with Siri, and it feels like the Siri is still kind of, you know, it works a little bit better for me personally. Like, what is 2 plus 2? For some reason, it's very, very quick. It's using Wolfram Alpha, which is an amazing little thing that Google has now copied in Google Now. But for some reason, I like that kind of personal feeling with Siri, even though I don't use Siri that much. But in the new version of iOS 6 also, that they've added so many things that you now open up apps with Siri, and you can do tons of features. And you know, on the voice search area right now, I do know that you know, Samsung has their own kind of S voice, but that's a little bit hidden in, you know, that's only an app that they have. It's not as integrated as Apple's own Siri, which really is integrated when you just hold in the home button. It really is like the best voice search right now. You know, if you use a lot of that, I think that Siri would be the best thing for you. So they're still killing over there. Google is really trying there with Google Now, and Google Now is good, but it's still not that, you know, you don't get that personal chit chat feeling that you actually do get here with Siri. And the thing that, you know, Siri, it's a name. It feels like you're talking to a person. Now, I do know that this might sound very, very retarded. If you don't use voice search or anything like that, you won't really care that much about this, but I think it's a big thing. If you use voice search and all those things, Siri is probably going to be the thing for you. You can, you know, book things with it, and you can set an alarm and all those good things. If you go ahead and continue, App Store, the quality apps. Still, App Store has, I think it has most apps right now, and especially most quality apps. The thing is that Google is still coming very hard right now, but Google Play has many themes, and a lot of apps are kind of crappy, and that's just because Apple has like better quality control. And also, one thing I like with Apple is that if you, let's say you like an app, they have a demo version of it, and then they have a paid version. And the good thing is that when you pay, you usually get something amazing. You get a good quality app. Now, it doesn't work kind of the same on the Android side. Like, I found like Angry Birds Seasons, it's a wearable on Android, but the only version of wearable is the freemium edition. So you still get ads. There is no Angry Birds Seasons that you can like pay for on Android to remove ads. So it's kind of like, you know, you can have like $1 billion, but you will still see ads because you can't pay to remove them. That's something that I get kind of pissed off about sometimes. So, you know, quality apps, and the thing is that if you got the money, you can pay to remove weird things. I actually love that a lot. Now, if you go ahead and continue to number 6 reason why I actually, you know, one very good thing here about iOS, especially if you like this feature, is panorama mode. So, I do know that this feature has been available now in the Nexus, in the Galaxy Nexus for around a year now. But the thing is that it's better in iOS 6 than on the Galaxy Nexus because it takes 2 40-degree pictures, and you tap on it, you get the kind of nice UI feel, and it's very, very easy. You can see especially how you should locate it at. And I've tried this on the Galaxy Nexus a lot, and it's easier on this one because you just hold it in, and then you can quickly see how you should swipe it, and it is better, and it works quick, and it's amazing. So that's something I definitely do love a lot there. You know, better panorama mode. It's amazing when you want to take a picture of your friends and you really want something that works. Now, the second thing is the number 7 thing here that I actually love a lot is music syncing. You have you know, Apple is controlling here a little bit the you know, the music app. You do know that if you want to sync something, if you want to sync you know, music, it's very, very easy and reliable here on iOS devices because they're backed up by iTunes that Apple control, and you know, it's Apple's own software, so they have 100% control. And the iOS devices, you know, 99% of the time it works awesome to sync stuff. I do know with my Samsung device I can use like keys, but I could use like Spotify. But sometimes it's nice to have that kind of program that I can sync all my apps with and everything. And I know that it's backed up by the guys that's producing the phone, and that Apple has this amazing iTunes that, you know, really like syncing is very, very easy. Now, Samsung has their own keys, and the key software it sucks. It sucks hard. It's backed up by Samsung, and it just sucks. It's, you know, crashed for me like a ton of times, and I don't feel that you know, secure that I feel with iTunes. So definitely there with the music app, if you want something that just works, and especially if you have like an Apple computer, you know, iTunes is the way to go. It's a quality app there, especially on Macs. But if you're rocking on Windows, you know, it still works pretty good most of the times. But you know, I've never had that like app fail or crash or anything like that. It just works and it's nice. So when we go ahead and continue here, 3D maps. So of course, 3D maps looks amazing. It's new Apple Maps, 3D maps. Let's see, we go to New York over here. You can see first we can zoom out like this and kind of like move it around, and it's just nice. It works, it's cool. And when we zoom in here, you can see these amazing new 3D maps in Apple Maps. So if you zoom in here, and also it's faster loading times than I think Google Maps over here when we zoom in. So as you see, we can go down to like a street view and move around, pan around, and it really looks cool. It really looks like they put a lot of work into making this look beautiful. I really think it looks amazing, like how you can zoom around, move around. It really is cool. It really is really cool. Yeah, but I like it. I like it. You know, it looks cool, looks modern. It has a nice feel to it. You can also change some things here, of course, but it's very, very nice. Now, the two last things, the 9 and 10 reasons why I think iOS 6 still kills and pawns here, is also something to do a little bit with Siri, but not just Siri, but the thing that you get both Twitter and Facebook integration, which really is getting integrated both into Siri and both to pictures. And if you don't use these two, well, that's fine. Well, but most people have a Facebook account, and the kind of cool integration that Apple has done with it, with Siri, I can go ahead and show it to you right now, but also with Twitter, it's very, very easy to quickly post something. I'm just going to go ahead and demonstrate it here for you. Post to Facebook. I have a big fat cat.
Here's your new Facebook status.
Oops.
Ready to post it?
Oops.
Okay.
Post to Facebook. I have a big fat cat.
Here's your new Facebook status.
Okay, that's part of my accent. But as you see, it's very, very easy to quickly post something to Facebook, and you can see a quick preview over here. And I just like it, and it works the same with Twitter here. Post to Twitter. I have a big fat cat.
Here's your tweet.
Okay, there you can see. I have a big fat cat. It's very nice, and a lot of people use Twitter, and a lot of people use...
I don't understand. That is...
Oops. So as you see, a lot of people use Twitter, and that's my point. A lot of people use Facebook, and also that's my point. And I love this Facebook and Twitter integration, especially if you use voice search. It's really, really powerful, and you really did see there that you can quickly... It's a nice way you get a preview, and then you can quickly say post, and with the personal Siri, that's really easy, like your personal voice assistant. So this was my quick video here covering why I still think that, or why I still think that iOS 6 pawns, and why it's better than Android 4.2 Jelly Bean, or you know. So I'm probably gonna get a lot of dislikes on this video. But I hope you did enjoy it, and if you want to see kind of the same video but about Android, I might do it in the future if this video gets some, you know, if it gets a lot of people that like it and stuff. But yeah, until next time, just have an awesome day, and I will see you hopefully in the next video. Yeah, peace out.